Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, season 9, episode 11. We're getting into some drama. Drunk Ariana is my favorite character. I'm so glad she's
Can
back.
I admit something? I don't know why, but I thought she was on rollerblades because of the 70s getup.
I did too.
I
but
thought they were at
she's
like
not,
a roller rink. And so when they were at
which
this,
is
whenever they were at the event and then I finally saw it, I looked at her feet and I was like, she's in fucking heels.
she truly fell though, like she was on rollerblades. Like I don't know how I would do
like
that.
she bounced off that thing as if she was on. It was great.
Like her feet kept moving forward, but her body didn't. And I don't know how you do that, but I loved it. Because usually in heels, your feet are behind you. So you fall. I don't know what she did, but I
don't know what happened, but I literally was flabbergasted tonight whenever I finally saw it.
Okay, before we get into the rest of the episode, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have our Summer House one, Summer is Fun, which will be coming back in January. And then we have One Season Wonders, which eventually we will be recording. We don't know when, please don't ask.
Anyway, we have a great show though, so like
it's in our funniest show.
Look it up.
Also be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We actually have one new review. Meredith, I don't know if you saw this one. You did. It's very exciting.
I know. My heart was like a firework of joy.
It is 5 stars from RHOLPO. I was trying to figure out Real Housewives of LPO, but I don't know if I could be wrong. So
I don't think it's Real Housewives. But that's good.
Anyway, the title is Love the Show, and the review is enjoyable, which it's great.
Truly my dream. That is my dream, to just actually just be enjoyable. I've hit the bar.
Bring joy. I thought it was great. It made me laugh. It was
short, sweet, 5 stars. That's what we like to see.
Be sure to join our Facebook group. It's the same name as the podcast. Follow us on Instagram, though, if you really want the dirt. It's at Vanderpump, and then join our Patreon.
At Vanderpasta. But yeah.
Oh, at Vanderpasta.
We're so tired.
Late in the night. Okay.
We're recording this right after the episode, and that is abnormal for us.
So yes, the Instagram is at Vanderpasta, and our Patreon is patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you really quick what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to any shows that we record early, and any pre-shows that we record. I'm going through this really fast, sorry, but we're tired. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned, plus you get access to any after shows we record, and we will say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Dustin, Jackie, Kristen, Tracy, Danae, Gina, Kelsey, Mariah, and Zoe.
That's all around.
And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, for live shows, you get to give us your thoughts. And guess what? We have thoughts for this episode. So shout out to our $5 patrons. From there, we'll also pick a patron of the episode. So she left us some thoughts in the middle of the episode because I saw the email come through. Nice. And I just think that's so dope. So this week, our patron of the episode is Tracy.
Yay! Way to be active, even with us changing things up.
I know, thank goodness. So, I mean, we also have some other things too, but this like literally came in the middle of the episode.
Love it.
Like, holy cow. All right.
Live thoughts.
So yes, so we will get to live thoughts after the episode. Neither one of us are mixing it up because it's late and we both want to go to bed soon. So
water for us.
Episode.
Yeah.
We might get slap happy. That is all that might happen from here.
Maybe I should do this while walking on my treadmill.
Oh God. Okay, so previously on Vanderpump Rules, we did anything but therapy, which included ice baths and screaming. Brock is planning to launch a fitness app, but James doesn't want to pose for pics for free. Katie is off the Schwartz and Sandy's train. Charlie is upset that Brock's friend grabbed her and then Sheena didn't do anything, but Charlie and Sheena talked, so they should be good. So we open up on James and Raquel's apartment. It breaks my heart knowing what happens, but we're just gonna pretend.
I know. Put your not future goggles on.
So so Raquel's making some cupcakes. James is really happy that they're at home and not at Tom Tom with a bunch of drunk people. Now that he's sober, he just goes to less social events, because before, the only real day off he took was Monday. He was drinking Tuesday through Sunday.
This stressed me out.
Which I was tired after watching this montage of James drinking.
How do you I guess because your job is typically to be up at night, because he was like a DJ and a busser, this was easier to do somewhat, but this is exhausting. I don't even have enough time to record one podcast a week.
It's 10:30 and I'm ready for bed.
I am like, what is going on?
Happy see you next Tuesday, though. We're recording on a Tuesday.
It was funny when he was like, I start on Tuesday, obviously.
Yeah. And then I loved the montage of him like taking shots, drinking, and just being annoying James. I know it was bad for him, but I like to watch it.
Oh, it was such a fun flashback to like old seasons.
It's a fun memory.
Mm-hmm.
But James is done listening to drunk people. And then really quick, we flash to Tom Tom and watch a bunch of drunk people take shots.
Hell yeah.
And then we go back to James and Raquel's apartment. And Raquel brings up the idea of an engagement party, but like a destination engagement party. My
heart's breaking, but this also signals to me that the season truly is ending, because we do know the engagement party is the end. So I'm like, I always calculate like how much more do we have? What is going on? So I'm now calculating 2 more episodes personally.
Oh, she gives the ring back at the reunion, and my whole heart's gonna break.
I need to get to the reunion because I feel like so much is ready to be talked about, and I'm ready to talk about those things.
I'm ready. So okay, now we're back at Tom Tom. Sheena's got boobs full of milk. Sandoval tells Lala he's doing a surprise party for Ariana's birthday. There's no theme though, thank God for everyone.
God, Lala needs a break.
And then Sandoval pulls Katie away for a chat. Really quick, interview Katie, kills it. I don't know what real life Katie does. It's just not there for me. But interview Katie kills it.
She does. I think she's like the type of person, I think, who is really good at coming up with comebacks after the fact. And this is her time to do it.
Oh, I was talking about her outfit.
Oh, that too. But I'm just saying, like, her interviews give me life as well.
Yes.
Maybe it's the glam squad. That means like, it's kind of like how the Kardashians can like look fabulous. Well, it's because you have a whole team behind you. Like Katie probably has a whole team for those interviews.
But her whole outfit just works. Meanwhile, real life Sandoval was wearing a hat that looked like a bald cap, and I hated it.
I hated it. Every time he was in the background of other scenes, I was like, "Oh, your head
like a round little knob."
Yeah.
Okay, so last time Katie and Sandoval hung out, they argued. So Sandoval is sitting here and he wants to create a situation where they can hang out and have fun, but also make money and get to that new level.
Who wouldn't want that? Please tell me, Tom, who wouldn't want that?
He is like talking out his ass. And then he's talking about how COVID turned the Tom's friendship into a brand, which I do believe. I think their friendship is a brand.
But I don't think it was COVID.
No. I think the brand has been there since like we started to see this friendship on Vanderpump. Personally, for me, it was when Tom Sandoval busted down the door and Tom Schwartz was sitting there in drag. He said, look at him. He's like a battered wife. That was the moment the Toms were born for me.
But they never monetized on it until like Tom.
But now it really is a brand out there, but also a friendship. But Sandoval is kind of only looking at the brand perspective.
Where Schwartz is only looking at the friendship.
There's like no middle. But Sandoval says he cares about the bar. And he isn't saying Schwartz doesn't, but that Schwartz has insecurities. So Sandoval has to push Schwartz to the next level, which I kind of agree. Schwartz has no backbone. He is a spineless jellyfish.
I agree with all this thus far too. Yeah.
So then Katie says she sees it from the perspective that Sandoval thinks his ideas are better than everyone else, which I also kind of
I was about to say, which these can all exist at the same time. We have not had contradicting opinions at this point.
Honestly, listen, most conversations that I watch on Vanderpump, I go, God, I hate both of them. They're both idiots and wrong. Katie and Tom are both correct.
They're saying the truth. And they actually like support each other, because Sandoval literally just said he has to be so pushy with Tom. And you can see how Katie says that like Sandoval only thinks his opinions matter, because if you look at his business partner, Sandoval's opinions are the only thing that matters in that relationship.
Yes. The issue is Schwartz pins them against each other, and I cannot stress it enough. Anyway, so Sandoval says he does respect Schwartz, and Katie's like, that's a joke. And then Sandoval says he knew this would happen. And Katie's like, that comment. Okay.
That is one of those, like, I am going to just push your button to make you the mad person and make you look like the pissed off person.
So Sandoval then makes me cringe even more when he starts talking about how much money he brought into Katie's household.
I dislike this so much.
Like, not okay.
This is a no.
And then he has more coming from Amazon and club appearances. And I was like, what are we doing on Amazon?
But also, like, how can the club appearances one, especially, I'm like, how are you taking credit for Schwartz showing up to a club appearance?
I know. I think what Sandoval is trying to say is Sandoval is probably the one putting all this out here, right? He's probably
making the deals happen.
Yes. But he can't then be like, the money is because of me, right? You need Schwartz to be the Tom.
Correct.
Like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, we're doing this podcast. We've kind of like branded, in a sense, our friendship.
But I need you to show up.
Yeah. It's just you talking. That doesn't work.
No.
So it's a lot. And don't tell his wife that. Like, my God, tell Schwartz that.
This is where I think, like, Sandoval's just really hitting below the belt. And it's just, he's really trying to dig at Katie and push himself up. And this is where I do think he has an ego complex. Like, this is coming from his ego to be like, I'm the important one here. I'm the one giving money in your pocket.
Totally agree. So then they started talking about the outfits and the duo and blah, blah, which I think Sandoval does a good job of marketing this duo.
Yes.
Like, I'll disagree.
This is where you can say, I'm the one who puts the work in here.
Yes.
But not after you said I put money in your pocket. No, she can't hear anything anymore.
Now it's over. Yeah. So then Katie calls Tom condescending and patronizing. And Sandoval basically says, same back. And then Katie says that Sandoval loves to support people, but has an ego problem. And Sandoval says, same back. So then Sandoval's out of things to say.
I know I am, but what are you?
So then Katie goes back to Schwartz and kind of Ariana in the background to bitch about how much she hates Sandoval. And then Schwartz, this man tells her to calm down because she's causing a scene. And her face is like, are you freaking kidding me? So then,
because here's my thing. I think Tom is closed down because they just like, nobody is in the place. So like, to say you're causing a scene is like, that's my job on a TV show. Just the TV show. We're filming a reality
TV show. You're the one costing us money here because you won't let me cause a scene and be paid more. Okay?
I would have been like, listen, apparently you don't make any money in our household, so don't even talk to me about anything.
Yeah, I'm going to cause all the scenes I want. No. So Schwartz is really trying to mediate the two, but he like, instead of saying to Katie, you're wrong here, and Sandoval, you're wrong here, he just says, you're both right. And I love you guys so much. Like, there's no middle.
He puffs them up to say like, he shouldn't do that to like Katie, and like she shouldn't do that to Sandoval, that like then that he's like fueling their fires for each other.
No. So then he takes Katie outside. Meanwhile, Lala and Ariana talk a little bit, and Lala makes a really good point that Sandoval is the other woman.
Yes,
he is.
The way she describes it, she's like, they make cocktails and it's fun and it's exciting.
Then they leave.
And then you have your marriage.
Yeah. 100%. So then we're outside with Katie and Schwartz. And Schwartz is just gaslighting Katie, right? Because Schwartz is under pressure and Katie has no idea. And is she sure that she understood what Tom Sandoval said?
And she says exactly as it went down.
Listen,
the edited version that we got.
Yes. I was so mad at Sandoval and I was like, God, I'm going to block him in these first 2 minutes. But then Schwartz did this and I was like, oh my God. And Kate even says, are you gaslighting me right now?
It's like Sandoval's a terrible Tom and Schwartz is like, I can do him one better.
Yeah. He's the number one Tom for sure. Number one Tom in the group. So, oh yeah. So Schwartz knows he has the issue of riding the fence, but he thinks they both have good points. So like, can they just go to 3-way couple therapy?
Which honestly,
the answer is,
I think would be genius. I really do think, because then we can identify Schwartz's problem.
Schwartz is the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Katie goes back inside. She's so mad at Schwartz now that she like kind of half forgot what Sandoval did, but then Sandoval, she's basically like, I'm arguing with him, my marriage is being annoying. And so Sandoval goes, I'm really sorry about that. And Katie goes, fuck off.
Love it. I would have said the same thing. It's like, stop talking to me now. Like we've already
talk.
This is not a time to apologize. You need to apologize to me another day.
Yeah. Call me tomorrow.
Take your stupid hat and go home.
Honestly. Okay. So next day we're at Sheena and Brock's apartment. We have like these boxes and I was like, oh, are they doing an unboxing? But no, actually,
that's what I thought too.
This is homebody wear that they've made that they're going to send to influencers so that influencers will pose in it and they'll get free marketing.
I think this is dumb.
This is bullshit. You're not just going to send me a sweatshirt and I'll give you free marketing. I'm going to give you one Instagram story for 30 seconds.
If your product is not the clothing, if your product is the clothing, this makes sense, but your product isn't. Your product is the app.
And then I was like, are you paying any of these influencers? Like, is someone just going to wake up? Like Kylie Jenner's just going to wake up with a box and be like, the fuck is this? I don't even know these people. Like, what is the marketing strategy? I really want to know.
I actually have a friend who has like a fitness app and I've talked with him about how to like build up an audience and what I would recommend doing. Now I'm not no fitness expert, but sending a box to someone is not going to work. Like what you really need to do is show people your app and get your audience
full excited. Like if you show me the app and I'm an influencer and I love it, I'll be like, yeah, I'll promote this.
But like no real influencer is going to do it just for free. So you do need to invest some money
to pay
or find some goodwill of like swapping. Like you're now becoming kind of an influencer. So what brands can you promote of theirs? Like you need to be able to cross promote with people.
Yeah. Sheena's literally an influencer. Okay. You don't think people would check it out?
Just like invest in your like actual socials, not doing influencer marketing unless you can afford it.
It's a lot. Anyway, so Sheena tells Brock about the conversation she had with Charlie, where Charlie said she hasn't been a good friend recently, and Sheena just basically heard Charlie and apologized for her part in that.
And Brock is not happy.
Brock's not happy. Sheena apologized, and Sheena makes a good point, right? If Charlie feels a certain way, you can't tell someone how they feel, so you acknowledge their feelings and apologize. For making them. I could be like, oh, Meredith, I didn't mean to put our friendship on the back burner. Like, I'm sorry you felt like I was being a bad friend. I'll try not to be in the future.
Yes, exactly. Like, I think Sheena handled it really well. And how she was expressing it, I was so proud of her and so frustrated with Brock.
She was like, I told my side, I acknowledged her feelings and I apologized for my part in the issue. But Brock tells her that she will find peace by telling people to kick rocks.
Like, no, you're gonna have zero friends, especially if you go from Sheena's like kissing ass to saying kick rocks. It definitely won't work.
People will be like, okay, I'll go kick rocks. Goodbye.
But I did sympathize with Sheena a little bit about how like I needed to be selfish this year. Like, here's everything I went through. And like, here's the thing. You have the right to be selfish. You have the right to look after yourself. But if one of your friends is not getting what they need, you have to accept that your friendship might change because of that.
Yes. So I think why she was selfish was a good kind of explanation, right? It had been like a year now since she had her miscarriage. And so when she got pregnant with Summer, she was incredibly careful, right? She like basically didn't leave the house. She didn't go to social events. She wanted to make sure that she could keep this pregnancy. So I understand her being like, I can't come to your house. I can't do this. I don't want to do that because I want to make sure this baby is safe.
Definitely.
But then you have to acknowledge like other people might be like, okay, well, I haven't had you around for 9 months. So you obviously don't know what's going on.
And
like, I still love you, but
the physical presence item was only, I think, a piece of it. They didn't really talk about that, but Sheena, like having them stop friendships with other people is a factor, and not defending her.
We'll talk about that.
Not only are you not physically showing up, but you're not showing up to defend me with other people. And then you're also making me cut off other friends that could bear the burden of my friendship, like, there's a lot of factors involved in this. Like, we're frustrated at Sheena plotline.
Yeah, I think Sheena's handled herself great. I understand her point, but the friendship thing's weird where she's asking people.
I know.
Like, I want this not get over this.
I want this to be a minor thing addressed at the reunion. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I want an explanation about the Danica situation.
I need 5 minutes of everyone's time and then we can move on. But I have questions.
Or like put this as like a like
it's a fan
what
question.
We cut. Yeah. Or that too, or something we cut it and we put it on our like YouTube channel. I'd be fine
I think
with
a
that.
fan question because those only last maybe 45 seconds.
Good point. I like that. Somebody drop it in. Oh wait, the reunion already filmed. I'm such an idiot.
But I was about to go on Twitter and be like, can I drop it somewhere?
Hey, last minute question. Maybe or Sheena's watch what happens live right now. Go drop it in.
Okay, so now we're at Villa Rosa. Katie's here and she is not okay. She is here to ask for advice on her marriage. So Katie tells Lisa that her and Sandoval talked and it went really badly and there was no reconciliation and that he took credit for the Tom Tom brand. And Lisa's like, wait a minute. That was me. That was me.
At your wedding. I remember sitting down with them at your wedding.
Yeah. It's on tape. No one can lie. So then we find out, Katie's also upset, not find out, but I guess like that's confirmed finally that Katie really wanted to have a baby, but Schwartz kind of put that on hold so he could focus on this other bar.
Which like we missed that. We literally went to that doctor and then never talked about it again.
I guess his semen is fine.
He wasn't willing to give up bath. He wasn't willing to give up the baths. I bet they're still trying, like just naturally, like she's not on birth control by any means, but they're not actively trying.
Like fertility doctors and stuff.
And like timing stuff.
But yeah, so the baby got put on hold. So now Katie was like, well, if I don't have a baby, I'm going to be involved in the bar. But then she got kicked out of that. So Lisa knows Katie's probably just like lost and a little bored and like hurt. She's not involved with something with her husband.
Yeah.
So Lisa does say like she does like Sandoval as someone she works with, but it took her a while to get there. And she does tell Katie like she saw it firsthand, right? Schwartz has no backbone and Sandoval has too much backbone. So like she's like, they both kind of suck. But like I know what you're working with. So Lisa personally doesn't think they're ready to open up their own place, but doing it with Greg makes it better. But Greg fucking
poor Greg
too. So it's not working. But yeah, and then Katie opens up about how Schwartz also kind of defended Sandoval, and Lisa's not having that because Katie should be the number one person.
It's so sad. Katie's like, I just want to be equal to Sandoval, and Lisa's like, no, we're not going for equal here, babe. We are top priority. You are the wife. You're not the mistress.
And honestly, like, I don't think Ariana ever feels like second to Schwartz because Sandoval does take the time to like really show Ariana he loves her. Whereas I don't think Schwartz fucking does that. I think he just like.
No, but like if Schwartz were to ever say something, Sandoval would shut it down immediately. He would not let that be a topic of conversation. Is his significant other.
No, that's true. We're not talking about Ariana.
His significant other would never be a discussion in business.
No, you're right. Absolutely not. No. Okay, so then Tom and Ariana's house. Sandoval is singing to himself in the mirror. They're getting ready for Ariana's birthday. Ariana was told they're going to go out to eat, but actually there's a surprise party and Sandoval loves surprises.
I'm excited because that's one thing Sandoval does great is like parties and surprises.
And this is the shit Sandoval does to show Ariana like, hey, I might be involved in a different thing, but I love you.
Yes,
Here's
he shows up for her
party.
in personal ways
I'm
where we
pretty sure
don't get that.
Schwartz like later can't even look Katie in the eye and get off his phone for a conversation. Like
Yes.
he frustrates me. Anyway, so they do bring up last night was very stressful for Ariana because it's unfair to put all the blame on either Katie or Tom.
Which
right?
I love Ariana. I love that she just doesn't stroke Sandoval's ego and say what he wants to hear, which Schwartz is doing.
She is the peacemaker. She's the real peacemaker.
Yes.
But she does think like there's an underlying issue in the marriage because Lala thinks Katie and Schwartz should take a break, which like, I don't think you should tell anyone that's married that they should be on a break. That's
also, I think Lala was saying Sandoval and Katie need to take a break. By the way.
Misinterpretation.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, here's really quick, something I've never thought about for 9 seasons. Ariana says to Sandoval, I'm going to go get my hair ready. I might need some help. Sandoval's probably really good at doing hair.
That's a good point. Cause like, did you see her hair later? It had the little flip.
Yeah. If you dated Sandoval, you have a built-in hairdresser.
I can't date someone like that, but that is a perk.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, that's such a
I would love him to be like my next door neighbor. Like, hey, can you come over and help me with
I'm not asking you to date him. I'm saying if you date him, it's like such a plus. It's like if you date, I don't know, Jonah Hill, you'd probably never date him. Yeah, but then you also have to share
the hair utensils, I'll call them, like the straightener with him.
So that's ready like 10 minutes earlier. Help me with my hair. If I don't have to do my hair, I'm fucking happy. And Meredith's gonna sit here and debate why she can't date Sandoval. That wasn't what I was saying.
Like an hour to do your hair, and it takes me like 5 minutes to do mine. So it's not as big
so
for me.
long. I understand. Okay, so we go to the Madcap Motel. It's this cool place that's basically like an art installation with different rooms and different actors. So there's like different things happening in.
I'm obsessed. I'm tagging this to our LA trip.
To do.
Yes.
It might be gone by the time we get
R.I.P. But like, let's hope not.
So we go through, Ariana and Tom are like children. They're like pressing buttons, getting involved with the actors.
Love it.
Tom Sandoval was an actor himself, so he knows probably
he was that actor. He was the triple threat.
The actor. Oh yeah.
Actor, model, and musician. Double actor.
So really quick, Ariana looks super hot. We should mention these heels she's wearing that she later goes down on. But so we then cut to a room where everyone's hiding.
Well, they go into another room and Sandoval like texts people, and we cut to the room.
Weirdly texting. Luckily, Ariana doesn't notice because she's like fully immersed. But yeah, so everyone's in this other room. They have like faces of Ariana on sticks that they're hiding behind. So then I was like, oh, they are somewhere in here.
Yes.
Like for a second, I was like, I
thought they were going to be at a bar.
Yes. But they're actually in the Madcap motel waiting for Ariana and Tom to show up. So they walk it, or Ariana and Tom walk in through these double doors, and it's surprise.
No, they said happy birthday, and I was so annoyed they didn't yell surprise.
But it's great. Sandoval thanks everyone. Let's explore and drink. Sheena's vlogging, which I found fucking weird, but like
it's actually what's crazy is the rooms we saw with Tom and Ariana are only like in my mind, like 1/10 of the rooms.
Yeah.
There's so many more that everybody else is exploring.
And they like rented out this whole place, so they're just gonna get drunk and party. Like I would think if we went, right, it's kind of like you go to one room, like there's it's
like that like Instagram museum type thing. Yeah.
But there's a path you take, right? You can't just go back to the last room. You have to like, these people are like bouncing around.
I'll get rich and then we'll go.
We'll rent it out.
Yeah.
Great. Also this, as Brock someone says it's a fun place to take mushrooms.
Oh, Sheena.
Raquel says it.
Yeah.
Oh, Sheena does.
Sheena in her interview.
Okay, so then Schwartz and Sandoval stop for a quick hangout on this bed. Schwartz tells Sandoval about the money thing that he said, and Sandoval denies it, which like is not correct.
My God.
But then Schwartz basically throws Katie under the bus and is like, Katie's saying that you said that I do this and I don't do that and blah, 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 and that you make all the money. And Sandoval's like, I don't say that. And Schwartz is like, I know you wouldn't. So I'm like, fuck, dude, you're really throwing your way. Again, it's like, I want to hate Sandoval. And then
I know.
Schwartz shows up.
It's like, yeah, Schwartz is like,
him.
no, I got this. Like, you're hated, I can make them hate me 10 times more.
Yeah, and then they start arguing that it's not a brand, it's just a best friendship. And I was like, yeah, but it has become a brand.
Like, because you're monetizing it, that it for sure is a brand now.
Like, no one would show up to
because even they have that whiskey now, and even in this episode they actually drink that whiskey at the end. So like, that whiskey's already been created, even though in that universe it hadn't been announced. They're working on other projects for Tom and Tom.
Yeah, that's their thing. They have a bar, they're doing another bar, they have Tom and Tom's whiskey or Tom's whiskey or the Tom's whiskey.
And they clearly do appearances together and all these things.
It's a thing. And I get it wouldn't be a thing if they weren't best friends, right? Brock and Tom Schwartz hanging out sounds miserable, but you've monetized
but like, you can see the difference here between how Sandoval thinks about their friendship. Like, he's ready to monetize it and push it to that next level, like he said with Katie. And Schwartz is just here, he's loving to hang out with his BFF. Yeah.
He doesn't even know they're making money. Sandoval just wires the money.
I bet the checks are made out to Katie. or like Sandoval has access to their joint account.
Sandoval's like, I sent you all those checks. I truly
do make all this money for you.
Schwartz has no idea. I love that. So Schwartz then says like, Katie's getting in his head, and
I hate
she's
that.
Going after Sandoval. I hate it.
Because now Sandoval is playing Schwartz against his wife, and that's the disrespect I think is so uncool and uncalled for.
Yeah, but Schwartz is letting him. Schwartz is straight up like, Katie's in my head, and Sandoval's like, yup. Sandoval gonna say?
I think Sandoval starts some of this. Like, that comment is starting something.
It is. I hate this whole thing. Anyway, Schwartz said his life is going to unravel if he doesn't, make Katie happy. And then Sandoval says it's Katie's fault. And this is the first time Schwartz says, hey,
like, tone it down.
Let's take it easy. He doesn't say stop. He's just like, let's take it easy. So, it's just a bad combo.
I really don't like the end of it.
Can we just move on?
Again, it started a little bit better.
It's like a joke.
I'm like, can we please schedule the therapy appointment?
Yeah, and we're fine. Okay, so Lala and Katie quickly talk
about punk ass bitch Sandoval.
Yeah, punk ass bitch taking all the responsibility for Schwartz. But like, also, I understand the money comment was not good, but Schwartz is such a little bitch. I see why Sandoval is like, I basically run your husband when you're not there.
Yeah,
He's I'm second in command.
I see how we got here, but I think
it's disrespectful, but I understand why we're here.
I think Sandoval is just choosing. He's looking at the path and he's like, should I say the correct comment that makes this all better, or should I veer off to the right?
I mean,
and screw it all up.
This one path has not let him down yet, so he's just gonna keep going. No one's told him to stop besides Katie, and we all know she's
her
just
voice
in Schwartz's head.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, so Sandoval does a fun little toast to Ariana, the love of his life. He loves her so much. So they're going to go to TSG's for the rest of Ariana's birthday, which I find out stands for Tramp Stamp Grannies.
Love it. And Katie does too. Love the name, the concept, everything.
We also get a quick Peter sighting.
Oh, I missed him.
Yeah, he just walked into the restaurant. He held the door and we got his side profile.
Is getting cut out of this. Maybe he doesn't want to be a part of it anymore.
Maybe he's waiting for me in Vegas. I don't know. Anyway, James got Lala a soda water with lime. They're
sober BFFs.
So they do a quick chat. James and Brock are now fine. James was just saying that he kind of has his own thing going, like his DJ thing. That's what he's trying to monetize brand. And like, that's his brand. And so posting about Homebody, like, isn't his brand, and he doesn't even know what Homebody is. So it sounds like
that's
Brock,
what I'm saying.
really,
like just sending people clothing and being like, post about my brand when they have no clue what it's about. It's disingenuous, and a lot of influencers don't like to do that because it like stops their
it makes
growth.
them look bad.
Yeah, it makes them inauthentic, which it doesn't align with James's brand.
Yes,
he's really fit, but that doesn't mean he's a great person to talk about a fitness app.
Can you imagine? James would be the person though that would get this hoodie and post it and be like, Brock and Sheena have started a clothing line. And then it's like, caught.
I would die because the name Homebody could work for a clothing line. Yeah. It's like COVID comfortable. Man, they really missed the mark on this.
Really hard. Anyway, we do mention that didn't Jax try to make a fitness app like 40 years ago? Yes. I loved this flashback. It was my favorite part.
Because we have just watched seasons 1 through 4, like half of 4. And this was in, I believe, it was in like the that extra episode where we watched them film the video for this.
Yeah. And we laughed about that for a good 10 minutes.
Just like, I think it's a Patreon only episode we made. So go
so good though
onto the Patreon.
Honestly, pay $1 for just that episode. It's hilarious. Okay. So Lala calls James the funniest roller coaster, which is how I should call it. He's my funniest roller coaster. So James does tell Lala he's been working on his anger. He's coming up on 2 years sober from alcohol, but he's going to go full sober soon. So he's like cutting back on weed. And he met up with his dad's friend, Peter, who's sober. And Lala says, sobriety's about becoming a better person. And she goes to AA and she thinks James has become a better person. And can I just say, you know what I thought about? Maybe it's because we just got a flashback of Jax. But every year, Jax would go to the reunion and he'd be faced with all the shitty things he did and said. And he'd say, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm working on myself. He'd have like a shame
hangover.
I'm working on myself. Mm-hmm. This is what we can see on TV when you're working on yourself. Like James is openly
because we have a whole record. So it's easy to look back and see your progress.
Yes. James is a different person. He's trying to become a better human.
And what I like that Lala says is like, I'm not perfect. I'm in no way a spokesperson, but like the whole goal is to become a better person. And I think they're both actively working at it. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have setbacks and James isn't going to scream at someone. Yeah. But like every day working towards better should be the goal. He's
going to be remorseful this time when he screams at someone and apologize right away. Instead of getting fired and he's like Katie fat.
He says he doesn't like therapy, but he's actively looking for other things to help his anger. And I appreciate that. It may be for the show, but you know what? At least he's doing something. Like Jax did the like Reiki thing, but he was flirting with the girl the whole time.
I'm pretty sure he banged his Reiki instructor.
So it's like, well, how are you changing?
Literally dumb. Anyway, Joe's Pizza shows up and I'm kind of pissed because someone told me Joe's is the exact same logo. Someone told me this was an NYC staple. So I've had this pizza before and I'm going to be fucking pissed if it's like not an NYC staple and it's just the fucking brand.
Yeah, but like you can have an NYC pizza place in LA.
I know. I just
for all the transplants.
The NYC staple is only here. I don't know.
The water's just different.
But I was like, what the fuck? I've had that pizza. It's all right. I've had better, but it's pretty good. Anyway, Ariana goes to chat with Charlie and Raquel, but she didn't know there was fucking pizza. But God bless baby angel Raquel gives her pizza.
Oh my God, but she doesn't even take it. She just no, I think Ariana's just that hammered that they did a chant for pizza when it came in and Ariana missed it. I bet she chanted pizza, but has already forgot about it.
She was like, people want pizza, me too, pizza.
That's or like was in the bathroom hammered.
Okay, yeah, Ariana's drunk, but we're still gonna have a full conversation about Sheena. So Ariana or Charlie talks about the Sheena conversation. She thinks they're good. Yeah. And Ariana says she loves Sheena and Raquel agrees, but Raquel also does say that Sheena has asked her to end friendships with certain people. And Ariana is
shocked. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, that's never happened to me. But her and Sheena have also had a lot of issues in the past, and we get more receipts on when there are a lot of receipts this episode.
Yes.
When Sheena actually called Ariana's family and said that Tom Sandoval sucks.
And
that Ariana shouldn't date him. That was a time.
Yeah. Okay, that's another thing. Like, that's not loyalty.
No,
think
that's
Sheena just, her big
shade.
issue is loyalty. Like she doesn't
Yeah.
have her friends' backs. She like thinks she does and has it in her own way, but that's not what people really want.
It's not it,
No.
especially when we're full-fledged adults. Okay. Maybe if I'm in
Yeah.
high school and I'm dating a weird 90-year-old
I want you to
drug
protect
dealer,
me, not call me out.
Yeah. Call my parents if it's illegal, I guess. But
No,
that's
like
it.
sit down and talk with me or sit down and talk with Tom if you think you have a problem.
The only time you should be calling my parents without my knowledge is if I need
If
an
I'm
intervention
dead.
for something.
I feel like if I'm about
No.
to die, you can call my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah. Please don't call them any other time. Anyway, everyone here, Charlie, Raquel, and Ariana, everyone thinks everyone's going to be okay with Sheena, so it'll be fine. Back to drunk Ariana. Yes, bitch, she has not eaten anything today. She is walking around taking shots. She's dancing on her gay guys, which I'm assuming I'm assuming they're gay guys because you wouldn't grind like that.
But like we had a problem. Sandoval said we were going to dinner, so Ariana didn't eat anything. Valid points. And then it's a party, so we're just gonna keep drinking. One thing I wish we would have gotten was like a drink tally.
Ding, yeah, ding, same. Ding, ding, also, I just wish if someone loved Ariana, I'm not saying everyone here doesn't love her, but no one loves her enough to be like, Raquel tried. But
Raquel needed to be more forceful.
Yeah, someone should have shoved that pizza down her fucking throat.
Or like start ripping the pizza up in bites and literally handing them to her where she can't like just make her eat it.
Where Raquel went, I think drunk Ariana felt bad taking Raquel's pizza.
Sweet baby angel Raquel's.
Raquel should have been like, I'm gonna get another slice.
Yes.
This one.
Yep.
But like, of course, that didn't I'm not saying Raquel's wrong. I'm saying people interpret things very differently.
This is where you gotta protect the birthday girl and you gotta look and be like, she's not good. Let me handle her.
This was me on my birthday, just so everyone knows. Anyway, Ariana fucking tumbles. This bitch, like we said,
because she went back to that little table by the chairs to get her drink, walked back to the bar, and the bar was curved.
She hits the bar.
Yes, I agree, because the bar was curved, so I think she thinks she has more room and literally hits it and bounces off.
Goes back, and you hear someone go, "Oh no!"
She's like, "Ah!" and they like lift her up.
Falls. You hear, "Oh no!" and then she's laughing hysterically. Everyone's concerned. The bartender was like, "Oh my God." But they serve her another drink, I think. So funny.
More drinks, obviously. We're not stopping now.
Drunk Ariana's my favorite.
It's hard when you drink this much because your stomach is full of liquid that you're not hungry.
Yeah. But I love her. I hope she never goes away. Like I need
to see if she had bruises the next day. I hope she posts some. I hope she didn't have some, but how do you not?
If Ariana ever said she was going to be sober, I'd be really sad. If it was for her health, I'd understand, but I'd be sad we're going to lose this. I think
she would be like, I'm going to drink less, like
I'm only going to get drunk on my birthday.
I'm only going to get really hammered or I'm not drinking at all.
Listen, I love her. She doesn't need to she should either get really hammered or not drink.
Yeah, it's like for those really special occasions, weddings and your birthday.
She's a bartender, so she's getting drunk all the time. Do your thing, girl. Anyway, Ariana brings Katie a drink, even though Katie doesn't like the liquor. I think it's mezcal.
Mezcal, yeah. Katie pretends to like it. She says she likes it, but I don't think she does.
Ariana's like, please, drunk Ariana, this is what you do with drunk people. Good job, Katie. But then Ariana says she knows Katie and Sandoval are not okay. So she asks if the four of them can go to dinner. And Katie says no, and she'd rather like Schwartz's feet after a day at Disney World, which is honestly, I'd rather be at dinner. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
And I think Katie and Sandoval need to stop trying to work this out. Schwartz and Sandoval need to work this out.
They need to stop doing one-on-one conversations. There like has to be an actual a therapist.
Yeah, somebody to call Lisa, out the bullshit.
Ariana,
both of them, because sometimes Katie can take things differently in some conversations. So there needs to be somebody in the conversation who I think tones Sandoval down. But then whenever Katie leaves, it's like, that's not how it happened.
Yes. So I thought this dinner would have been a good idea, right? Because Ariana, I think we need
space. That was a big heated conversation. We need some space before we.
That's also true.
Because Ariana's like, can we get dinner tomorrow night? And Katie's like, no.
No. So then we take more shots, and then Ariana keeps asking Katie for
She's
dinner.
like begging her.
She's like, I'll lick both yours and Schwartz's buttholes for it, which I was like, thank God we don't have to watch her do this. I was scared. Schwartz pulled down his pants at one point. I was like, oh no.
Just to prove he didn't have a hairy asshole.
But I was scared. I was like, do not lick that, girl. Anyway, we then, Saved by the Bell, we sing Happy Birthday. I love Ariana's gay guys that she just has here. The gays, they're
Very
just so fun. They love her. So then we get all these cupcakes and we crush some into Sandoval's face, and then Ariana licks it off, even though she hates chocolate. And then she jumps and humps Sandoval and does like a
I was like,
back
this is
bend.
where she's gonna die. Like, she can't handle this.
Saves her, thank God. I
was
thought she
like,
was gonna tumble down.
Well, I knew like she was gonna go back, but I was like, she does not have the ab, like she has the ab muscles, but does not have control over her muscles to be able to get herself back up. But she did.
I'm just happy Sandoval like had her pretty tightly that she wasn't gonna like back bend and like
hit that bar again.
I was ready. I was like, oh my God, no. Okay, so that was fun. I love her. Back to some more serious stuff.
Yeah.
Randall's office. I didn't even know Randall had an office. Where's Mark Wahlberg?
There was a big one of those like board thingies that you clap
Mark
at
Wahlberg
movies. I was like, this is a movie producer's office, that's for sure.
Gaudy 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, baby.
It's like getting a 0% on the SATs. It's almost impossible.
It's amazing. So Lala and Ocean are here. Lala needs to hire an assistant, and she needs Randall's help because she's never done it. And then like we hear about Give 'em. Lala has been around for 5 years, so she's also a brand. She has monetized her brand.
Listen, I want to give her some credit here because she is doing a lot, especially after this show is filmed.
So Cynthia, the night nurse, is here, and she takes Ocean. I love that Lala's probably like, can I have Ocean for like a little bit of the scene? Like Cynthia could have just taken Ocean. We didn't have to have Ocean there for any part of that.
Well, it looks like she was breastfeeding, so like I get it, but like it does seem quite convenient that every time we're filming, the baby just gets taken away.
Cynthia's there. Okay, so they're gonna interview these 3 girls. I did not bother to write down their names. I know the girl that gets the job, but whatever.
I only know her name because they talk about her name afterwards.
Yeah, but first off, interview one-on-one. If someone says, were you familiar with the brand before you got here? Yes. I love it. I love your brand. I use it. I'm a customer. I'm a fan.
Yeah, you come up with a story. Well, especially if it's a consumer brand, like if it's like my company, I walked in and I was like, I did some research, like, but of course I didn't know about the brand because I'm a B2B business. But like a consumer business, you're like, yes, all my friends use it, like you can come up with something to make it seem like you've been so interested in this.
I did that for the job I just got. I was like, I love your products. I've been using it for years. I actually found it years ago when I did my own research. Did I? No, not at all.
This is the white lies you tell to get a job.
The job after the job that Meredith and I hung out with, I've had a million jobs. Anyway, it was a protein bar company. Had I ever tried those protein bars before? No. Did I say I loved them? Yes, I've had one. I got my 2 favorite flavors in my back pocket. So when they were like, have you tried? I'm like, yes, I love the peanut butter.
You used to always give me some. That was the best.
I don't like them to this day. I didn't like them when I was working there. Did I lie?
But who cares? Yeah.
You get that job. Also, so then the one girl, Jessica, has heard of the brand. Thank God. Probably not, but just fucking lie. Seriously. And then Lala asked Jessica her sign, which that's not a real interview question. I hated that.
Yeah, but like in LA, I guess it can be.
If someone was ever like, what's your sign? I'd be like, the middle finger. How about you?
Lala actually probably would have loved that.
Probably.
Just being honest.
Then Randall takes over, gives a little background on the business, how Lala's done this all herself, doesn't want Randall involved. Even
he tried
to get involved.
She wouldn't let him, which I actually do believe this. I just think it's so funny
that Randall said fucking anything. I'd be like, okay.
I mean, it's basically what the Toms did to him. He was like, I want to invest. And they're like, no, thanks.
No, get the fuck. Randall's like, my God, he really hurt my.
He's like, can someone just let me in on their business?
Yeah, I need a new business. So everyone leaves. They really like the one girl, Jessica. If Lala doesn't hire her, Randall sure will. But no, Jessica's gonna get the job. Hip hip hooray, Jessica. I wonder if she's
Yes.
still there.
Which, I mean, Lala says she started her brand to get some independence from Randall, except when it comes to Birkins, which shout out to Lala
Shout
now
out.
because you are independent, girl.
Keep
So
that Birkin bag.
way to plan for it. That is something I want to say to everybody. You should make your own money no matter who you're with or what you're doing.
Agreed. Quick thing. This is like not really important, but now that I kind of work for a CEO who has a personal assistant, that's never happened to me before.
Mhm.
Because she is slightly more in the public eye.
Yeah.
The personal assistant that I have met that like works for my CEO doesn't have to do like personal horse stuff or like house stuff,
Yeah.
but does like fucking work a lot. And she was telling me how she has had crazy ass bosses where they've been
I bet.
like it's insane. Like I don't know if Jessica's ready. It sounds like she's been a personal assistant. But have you seen that movie Set It Up on Netflix?
Yes.
About the two personal assistants that set up
Yes.
their bosses. This girl, I was talking to her and she's like, I've literally had bosses like that. And I'm like,
That's insane.
Fucking insane.
My cousin's friend who in LA was a personal assistant said that this person, like the one person she worked for, had 3 personal assistants. One was a professional personal assistant, one was a house personal assistant, and I think one was like the family's personal assistant.
That's like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I would never listen as much as I.
But it's a great way to get into industries. And like Randall told her, like, you should be looking for someone who can phase up and will be your personal assistant now, but we could come VP of Give Them Lala. I
know. I totally understand that. But if Lala handed me her breast pump and was like, you got to watch this, I'd be like, that is not my job. Even though it is, but it's not my job. I'd be
like, can't the night nurse do this?
Yeah, where's Cynthia at? Cynthia, get your ass down here. I'll hold Ocean. Okay.
Also, wait, really quick on a Randall and Lala moment. She posted an Instagram story of a vibrator and basically said, like, in the post, like, this is the best, like, sex in a way like I've had in like 5+ years, like literally down to the months of like how long her and Randall were together. And it was like an ad, and the brand commented and said, she said what she said.
So many breakups. I have so many questions. Did they break up? Yeah, that all went down before the reunion.
They talk about it at the reunion.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we go to Katie and Tom's house. Schwartz is talking to Butters about the marital issues. He's getting pumped to go talk to Sandoval. This is going to be it. He's finally not going to pick Sandoval over his wife after 10 years of being with Katie. This is the moment.
But let's get psyched up. We're going to prepare. We're going to practice our words.
Yeah. So Katie comes in and starts trying to practice with Schwartz what he should do. And instead of practicing, he sits on his phone and eats a lollipop.
I'm listening to you.
Listening. But basically they need boundaries. They need to respect each other's boundaries, but they both need to set the boundaries. And Katie says it's crossed the line this time. So Schwartz needs to tell Sandoval that. Basically be direct.
Yes.
You can't do this
Don't
anymore.
Get steamrolled by him.
Tom, you cannot talk to my wife and your friend and human being, Katie, in that way. I love that.
Schwartz is trying to make it fluffy, and it's like, that's not the point of this. You need to be direct.
Yeah. It started out with like, Tom, you cannot talk to my wife like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and your friend, and just human being.
And a human being.
You're a human being, babe. Did you know? Bubba, human being. So then we go to Ariana and Tom's house. And Ariana then says she loves both Sandoval and Katie, and it matters to her to have Katie in her life. So Sandoval better not fuck this up.
Like, that is what I need. I need Ariana and Schwartz to switch, their roles a little bit here.
Oh, so then Ariana, oh my God, I fucking hate Sandoval too. Sandoval then goes as a cis male, which it's not cyst, it's cis.
You can have a cyst too after all of this. Like, I hope you get one on your face.
He says men can't yell at women, but women can yell at men. And you know what? Fuck yeah. Sorry about it. Deal.
Oh, sorry. That's the one thing you can't do.
Cry about it. Cry about it while you're not giving birth and not having
And here's the
periods,
thing.
not dealing with UTIs.
Yeah, that
deal
is
with it.
unfair. Agree. Like, I hear what he's saying.
There's a double standard. I get it.
1000%. But like, okay, how about we just stop yelling at everyone, period? Like, he's a big yeller. So why is he bringing this up as if everybody gets to yell at him and he never yells at anyone else?
My eyes were rolled. And then Ariana does hold him and says he sounds super men's rights and it's gross.
Yeah, like, put your sign down, dude.
Thank fucking God. I love her.
I love how Ariana like puts him in his place and tells him like the truth of it, not just strokes his ego.
She's like, we're not going to do this men's rights thing because men don't have rights. Sorry. Not in this house, baby. I'm just kidding.
Your
men have rights.
Men thing don't have
Take
rights.
your cyst somewhere else. So then I didn't love this editing, but maybe it's just me.
Thought this, okay, it went on too long. I loved the beginning because I was like, he is such a dweeb and this is the problem here. He's on his fucking bike.
Schwartz puts
riding
on
over to
giant helmet. This helmet's huge. He gets on his bike and he starts riding to Sandoval's as a montage of what Katie went over with him to
like,
say plays.
The first two things I was in, and then I'm like, this is never ending. It's just like an echo effect of everything. We saw him
do like a curb trick on his bike. And
what was the point of the conversation with Katie if we're just going to repeat it all again?
It was a lot. I literally wrote, who cut this? I hated it. Anyway, so Schwartz shows up at Ariana and Sandoval's house. Ariana gets kicked out. She's left to clean. This is why we don't give cis men any rights. So the Toms go to chat. And they're drinking their whiskey that's now market.
Well, they're drinking wine at the beginning. They're drinking wine at the beginning and then cheers with their whiskey. But yeah, now it's on the market.
So Schwartz says that this blow up that Sandoval and Katie have has been weighing on him. Sandoval says it's been tough for him too. He feels depressed and dark. And then Schwartz says his marriage is falling apart. They're basically
I think it's hilarious that like, Schwartz is like, my this is really causing a strain in my marriage, and Sandoval's like, I'm kind of depressed. I'm like, dude, why can't he just be like, I'm sorry, this is causing such a fracture in your relationship?
Personally, they both have a lot to apologize for, I think, and they're both being
but Schwartz needs to apologize to Katie, not to Sandoval.
Schwartz should be like, I'm sorry, I've been such a fucking middle, but here's my stance now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been letting you think it's okay to talk about my wife because in a way that's my fault. If you don't stop it, the behavior will continue like a child.
Yeah.
So Schwartz says, bottom line, Sandoval needs to respect Katie. And Sandoval agrees and says right now he thinks it's best if they just distance each other because he feels like what he says gets twisted, which I think Schwartz twists it and I hate it because Katie says this is what Sandoval said to me, and then Schwartz goes to Sandoval and says Katie says that you attack, and it's like more dramatic than it.
Yeah, it becomes a telephone like round and round and round between the three of them.
So it does. So Schwartz says he fucking finally takes any kind of responsibility and says it's his fault because he hasn't like set these boundaries with Sandoval. Mm-hmm. So here we are. We're having mutual boundaries. Katie's not going to be involved in the bar. Sandoval's, he has to back off of Katie. So Sandoval says it's best now that they're just business partners. So Schwartz can take care of what's happening at home. Yes. And their hangouts are less fun and more work related.
Correct. And we'll hang out in groups, but we're going to limit our one-on-one hangs.
So at this point, Sandoval broke up with Schwartz for a strictly business relationship. And
Schwartz can't handle it.
It's super hella dramatic. And then at the end, Schwartz is like, we can still be friends though. I love you.
Like 98%.
I still love
90, 10. He's like trying to bring more back in the friendship. And I'm like, dude, just accept the boundaries.
Stop. Sandoval even though it took him a while, he's accepted the boundaries and he said
Sandoval basically set the boundaries.
Yeah,
like
he's
Sandoval
like,
did it for you again.
I don't know why Schwartz isn't the villain.
It's insane. Schwartz walks in there and is the one who was supposed to set the boundaries. Sandoval again does the job.
Sandoval sets them, And then Schwartz tries to
walk it back. Yeah.
To hurt Katie. Like more. It drives me freaking nuts.
Schwartz should be able to look at the situation and say, all right, the time we're not spending hanging out as friends, I'm going to spend time with my wife. But no.
With Katie.
Instead, they're just going to make it all about business. And it's not going to be about business.
He's going to mourn. When Sandoval's like, you should go because we're about to start having fun. Schwartz is just going to go home and Katie's going to be like, hey, babe, you want to hang out? And he's going to be like, I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Yeah, he's going to be like, it's your fault. I'm not having fun with my friend anymore.
Yeah, he's going to resent. He's just a nightmare. Anyway, next time, Brock is going to propose. And people are like, is it because he loves Sheena? Is it because his visa's ending? Who's going to pay?
I had no idea he needed a visa. And then the Randall involvement. I'm like, oh my God. He
wants Randall and Lala.
If you wanted somebody to pay for half of it, you needed to get Schwartz or Sandoval involved. Yeah.
Why? You're calling the wrong man. Raquel thinks that James is controlling and James doesn't seem to care.
Which I'm like, all right, we're getting some sprinkles of maybe why we broke up.
And then Schwartz misses Sandoval, which it looks like Sandoval's fucking fine, but Schwartz he's very codependent on anyone that I hate. But yeah, this was a good episode. I really enjoyed
it. Yeah.
We do have a few thoughts. So, Tracy says, this is the one we got in the middle of the show, and says, oh my God, when Lala was finding a personal assistant, she was talking about making her own money and about making her own money is wild with everything going on. It's like she knew this was all going to happen. Listen,
well, I just say she started those companies like a while ago.
I'm a big, like Meredith said, big believer in make your own money separately. I'm also kind of a believer in prenups, in case. I'm very take precautions before. So then if it does end,
I think Lala has her life figured out and can support herself, but this glamour life and the really fancy stuff in the private jets, that is random. I respect, I think that's most relationships when you have one person who's more of the breadwinner.
Yeah, but you should always have a rainy day fund in case things go wrong.
Yeah, and if you ever leave this relationship, you should be able to pay rent and all the normal necessities of life. Or try to. It's not available for everyone, but recommended.
Okay, and then Jackie says, Ariana just dropped her drink at home to purchase. You girls interested? I wish it was in time for the holidays. I would have gifted it. So you can pre-order it for 2022. I did look at this.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to look at this afterwards and I will be more ready to talk about this next episode.
Pre-order for 2022. So I'm interested, Jackie.
I think we should do a Patreon event where we all buy it and do it together.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun. Let us know if you're interested. Actually, comment on my post and let us know if you're interested in that. Because if it's just gonna be me and Meredith, we'll do it while we record. But if anyone wants to join,
Chris is in.
Well, Chris actually left us something and says, "Great year of shows. Bring on even better in 2022. Al dente." Chris is my favorite. He cracks me up.
Lordy.
Mostly because he doesn't even watch the show.
No. He listens to our pre-shows though and learns about my life.
He's like, hey Meredith, I didn't know. And he
comments to me about it the next day.
You're not supposed to know, Dad. Okay, this was, like I said, a good episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram.
Wait, no, we skipped accepted and blocked, man.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I gotta write that down.
That's okay.
It's because it's so late.
You're so ready to leave me, but we will do this quick so we can wrap it up. But
I know
we're both accepting the same or blocking the same person. I bet a 3, 2, 1. A Schwartz. I'm guessing.
I'm blocking both. Can I block both the times?
Oh yeah, I'm actually in for both. Yeah, because Sandoval said some really horrific things. Katie fights a little unfair, she does make some digs, but not to that level.
Listen, it was Schwartz for me until Sandoval was all men's rights in this joint. Not in this house, not on this podcast.
Okay,
so blocking the Toms.
Tom and Tom.
Yeah. Okay, who are you accepting?
Oh
my God.
I was gonna put it on you.
I know who I'm accepting.
Okay, you go, and then I'm gonna pick something different so we're not exactly the same.
Okay, I'm accepting drunk and sober Ariana. I thought it was just gonna be drunk Ariana, but sober Ariana really did it for me too. So all of my Arianas, she was fantastic. I'm obsessed with her. I love her so much. I hope that she never goes away. If she ever left the show, that is when Vanderpump Rules needs to end, because she is the show. She is the best.
She really is becoming like the voice of reason, kind of a big person that a lot of people come and talk to. She's becoming the new Lisa.
You're not going to sit here and tell me who's the number one guy in the group, because the number one person in the group is Ariana.
I love it.
Always.
I love it.
Okay, sorry, you go. You could accept her too if you want.
I do, you know what, give her a huge shout out, but I enjoy like picking other people. I'm gonna give Lala it this episode. I think she is on great terms with everyone, and I do love seeing moves being made on the business side of things now that we're like more adult in Vanderpump. Amazing. I don't think we get to shine a light on people's businesses as much. So I always really do enjoy whenever we get a peek behind the curtain. And I think she deserves a shout out because her business really is thriving. And she even created the Give Them Lala, like, or like baby stuff. Like she has other lines coming out of a lot of this.
And you know what? I've heard really good things about her lip kits or whatever. Like great. There was a girl at my old job who tried both Lala's and Kylie Jenner's and said Lala's felt better and would like lasted longer. Love. So Lala, look out, girl.
Giving it to him, honey.
Give him Lala. Okay, so now that we've done anything, did I miss anything else?
Nope. You are all clear now.
Great. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram. I will be posting tweets either tonight or tomorrow. So I know none of my polls.
It'll be before this has come out. If you do it tomorrow, like we'll still go out Thursday.
But I'm curious to know who people's thoughts, because I had a lot of thoughts this episode. Me too. And then patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Be sure to join. Yay. This was a good episode. I'm very happy about this.
A few left and then the reunion. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Guys.